Chosen one. Stop right there. Don't scroll. Don't click away. Because the very fact that your eyes are on this right now is not random. This is divine timing. Heaven's clock just struck your moment. God told me to tell you, I have laid the setup for them tonight. All they need to do is recite these words 3 times and watch me move. If you're hearing this, it means you are marked for a turnaround, marked for a release, marked for a blessing that's already been assigned to your name. You've been walking through battles, through silence, through waiting. But tonight, that waiting ends. Something is shifting in the unseen. Heaven is aligning, angels are moving, and the door that's been locked tight for so long, it's about to swing open. But listen, this message is not for everyone. Only the chosen will feel it. Only the chosen will recognize the pull in their spirit right now. Before we dive into this life-changing message, take a moment to pause this video and do 3 things. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 95,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 99. This number will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this video. Chosen one, God is watching your obedience right now. He's testing who's really ready to step into their next level. Because tonight, He's not just sending a blessing, He's setting up a miracle. Your spirit already knows this message is for you. But let me warn you, not everyone will make it to the end of this message. Some will feel the energy rise and click off because their spirit isn't ready to receive what's about to happen. But if you are still here, if you can feel this word resonating deep within you, you are the one He chose. Stay with me until the end, because when I release the words God told me to give you, and you recite them 3 times tonight, something will shift in your life. The chains will break, the delay will lift, and what was hidden will begin to manifest before your eyes. This is your setup, chosen one. Heaven's been waiting for this moment. Now take a deep breath, prepare your spirit, because what comes next will change everything. Tonight isn't just any night. It's a divine orchestration, carefully woven by the hand of God, who has crafted a sacred pathway just for you. Imagine the universe aligning in perfect harmony, every star in place, every breath synchronized with a higher purpose. This is what tonight holds. You may not yet see it, but an extraordinary transformation is about to sweep over your life. It's a setup beyond your understanding, where the spiritual realm intersects with your reality in a powerful way. Every detail has been meticulously planned by God. No element left to chance. The obstacles you faced, the fatigue that's weighed heavy on your heart, the restless nights and silent prayers, each one has led to this divine moment. You're not here by accident. You're here because you are chosen, and this night is your launch pad for a new spiritual awakening. Prepare yourself to step into what feels like a dream, but is in fact God's intentional design for your breakthrough. Now is the time to open your heart fully and surrender all doubts. This divine setup is about to initiate a spiritual reset unlike any before. You are invited to walk through 7 sacred steps, one after another, each designed to peel back the layers of limitation and light a fire within your soul. Keep your spirit alert and your faith unwavering, because the unseen is ready to become your new reality tonight. You are the chosen one, not by chance or circumstance, but by divine selection. Tonight, God is making a monumental move in your life. When God decides to act, the impossible becomes inevitable. Have you ever noticed how when He moves, everything shifts suddenly? Your energy, your direction, even the very air you breathe. That is what is about to happen for you. It's a cosmic shift, a divine recalibration that will realign your path and open doors you never dreamed possible. But here's the catch. Are you ready? This moment demands full readiness, complete surrender, and a heart wide open. If you don't feel ready, that's okay, because God promises He will prepare you. He will strengthen you, equip you, and carry you through the transition. This night is not about your strength, but about His power, manifesting through your willingness. The divine setup awaits you with open arms, eager to unfold the wonders He has planned. Tonight's transformation will shock you in the best way. You might feel moments of tiredness or heaviness at first, a necessary step in breaking down old barriers and preparing your spirit for the surge of supernatural energy about to fill you. So, rest in the promise that this fatigue is temporary, a sacred pause before the awakening. Are you ready to say yes to what God is doing? Because once you do, your life will never be the same. There is a profound truth that when God moves, miracles don't just trickle, they explode into your life with unstoppable force. Tonight is that moment. The spiritual heavens are wide open, and God is pouring out blessings, healing, and breakthroughs on a scale that will astonish even your wildest hopes. Remember stories from Scripture, or even from people around you. When God shows up, what seems impossible becomes history. You may have been waiting for a sign, a breakthrough, a moment of divine intervention, and this is it. The walls that have held you back, the chains of doubt, the shadows of fear, they are all set to crumble. This night carries the power to reset your destiny, to rewrite your story, and to breathe life into every area of your existence. Your spiritual energy will be awakened and realigned, propelling you forward into a season of abundance and victory. Don't underestimate this moment. Every prayer you've whispered, every tear you've shed, every longing in your heart is being answered tonight. Miracles are not just possible, they are guaranteed when God decides to move. So hold on tight, keep your faith alive, and open yourself fully to the divine explosion about to take place in your life. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come when we feel the least prepared. If you're sitting there tonight feeling unsure, overwhelmed, or even unworthy, know this: God sees you exactly as you are, and He's about to make you ready. His power doesn't rely on your preparedness. It flows strongest through your surrender. The divine creator who formed the stars and breathed life into your soul is stepping in to equip you for this moment. This is the sacred promise He gives. If you're not ready, I will make you ready. You don't have to muster strength from within. The supernatural strength is coming from above. Picture a blacksmith shaping raw metal with fire. Sometimes the heat feels unbearable, but it transforms the metal into a masterpiece. You're in that furnace right now. God's divine power is incoming to reshape your life, your spirit, and your destiny. So don't resist the process, even if you feel unequipped or fragile. Lean into the flow of grace. Trust that the heaviness or uncertainty you feel is just the prelude to an overwhelming surge of spiritual energy that will lift you beyond what you thought possible. Tonight, divine readiness is not an option. It's a promise. God's plan isn't chaotic. It's a divine sequence, a step-by-step unfolding of miracles designed especially for you. Tonight, you will move through 7 powerful steps, each one a spiritual door opening wider than the last. These aren't random moments. They are carefully arranged spiritual activations that will break chains, reset your mind, and reignite your purpose. Step 1 might bring a sense of detachment from past burdens, the heavy chains of doubt, fear, and failure starting to fall away. Step 2 will realign your spirit with God's will, clearing the fog that has clouded your vision. By step 7, you will stand transformed, empowered, focused, and energized to walk into a destiny so bright it will surprise even you. This divine journey requires patience and faith. Each step builds upon the last, and you may feel waves of fatigue or emotional release along the way. That's natural. It's the process of old walls crumbling to make way for new life. Stay alert and open-hearted, because the breakthrough God has prepared for you is explosive, undeniable, and life-changing. It's okay to feel tired tonight. In fact, it's part of the process. Spiritual transformation often begins in the quiet exhaustion of the soul, where the old self is worn down and ready to make room for something greater. Think of it like a deep winter sleep. While the world seems still, under the surface, life is preparing to burst forth with incredible energy. That tiredness, that heaviness on your heart is God's way of clearing space inside you. It's a sacred pause, a moment where your spirit is being drained of what no longer serves you, so that it can be refilled with supernatural power. This power will not come slowly or quietly. It will flood your spirit, uplift your mind, and sharpen your focus with a force that can't be ignored. Brace yourself for a shift unlike any you've experienced before. The fatigue is temporary. The power is eternal. Tonight, you will cross a spiritual threshold, moving from weakness into strength, from confusion into clarity, and from weariness into divine activation. Get ready to rise, because God's power is ready to transform every part of your life. There is immense power in words, especially the sacred words God has laid before you tonight. As you prepare to sleep, recite these 3 holy words with your whole heart, not just as a routine, but as a declaration of faith. Each repetition is like a spiritual key, unlocking a divine realm, where miracles begin to move and the impossible starts to take shape. Think of these words as your invitation to heaven's plan, spoken aloud or whispered in your spirit. They carry weight beyond your understanding. They ignite the process of awakening, setting in motion the 7 steps of transformation that will shift your destiny. With every utterance, your spirit is tuned closer to God's frequency, and His power flows freely into your life. Don't rush through this moment. Let the words echo in your soul, saturate your mind, and stir your heart. This is your sacred dialogue with God, the starting point of your breakthrough. The impossible is waiting on the other side of your faith, and these 3 words are the spark. There's a secret many have overlooked. The simple act of focused, intentional recitation holds the power to activate what God has already prepared. This isn't just repetition, it's a spiritual command that calls down heaven's forces to move on your behalf. Think of it like dialing a divine number that connects you directly to God's power center. When you engage in this secret recitation tonight, you're doing more than speaking words. You're initiating a sacred covenant between you and the Creator. This covenant resets your spiritual atmosphere, breaks down spiritual barriers, and paves the way for a fresh outpouring of divine favor. You're stepping into a moment where heaven's plan and your life intersect in a powerful way. It's natural to question or doubt, but remember, faith is the channel through which miracles flow. Hold on to the certainty that as you speak these words, invisible hands are working behind the scenes, moving pieces into place for your breakthrough. This is your call to receive the fullness of what God has designed just for you. One of the most challenging yet necessary parts of spiritual growth is detachment. Letting go of everything that no longer serves you, even if it's comfortable or familiar. Tonight marks the beginning of a divine realignment, where you release old burdens, toxic thoughts, and spiritual blockages. This process clears the way for God to recalibrate your heart and mind. Imagine this as a spiritual detox, a cleansing of your inner world so that fresh, life-giving energy can flow in. Detachment might feel uncomfortable at first, like stepping off a cliff without seeing the ground. But it's in that leap that you discover trust, renewal, and divine direction. God's reset is gentle but powerful, designed to realign your entire being with His purpose. As you let go tonight, you open yourself to the extraordinary work God is doing. Your spirit will begin to sync with His divine rhythm, your focus sharpen, and your destiny realign. This is more than a reset, it's a rebirth, a spiritual awakening that will propel you toward your highest calling. The next 48 hours are unlike any other stretch of time you've experienced. In the spiritual realm, this window is packed with divine power that moves faster and stronger than anything in the natural world. What might feel like just a few minutes to you will unfold as a life-altering transformation that reshapes your reality from the inside out. This is your spiritual quantum leap, where everything you thought was fixed suddenly shifts. Imagine the old patterns, fears, and limitations you've carried dissolving like mist under the morning sun. In just 48 hours, your destiny is being rewritten. Your health, your finances, your spirit, and your focus all recharged and realigned with God's perfect plan. This is a sacred time when the heavens are pouring out grace, healing, and power just for you. The call now is to rise, to awaken your spirit, and to move beyond doubt or hesitation. You are being lifted above your current struggles into a place of renewed hope and unstoppable strength. Trust this sacred timing and step boldly into the new reality God is crafting for your life. Tonight, God is not just making small changes. He's resetting your entire destiny. The barriers that once seemed immovable, the limits that held you back, and the circumstances that seemed impossible are all set to be broken. This reset isn't about gradual improvement. It's a radical transformation, a divine reboot, designed to take you into a whole new level of purpose and power. Say goodbye to those old limits tonight. Release the mindset of, "I can't," the doubts that whisper, "not enough," and the fears that have kept you stuck. God's hand is sweeping through your life, rewriting the story with new chapters of abundance, clarity, and breakthrough. This is your time to receive everything He has for you without hesitation. You might not see the full picture yet, but trust that God's plan is perfect. What feels like mystery now will soon become your testimony. Let tonight be the turning point where your faith replaces fear and your future is flooded with divine possibility. If you're feeling weak or drained tonight, don't panic. This is a divine part of the process, a spiritual preparation for a surge of power that's about to hit you with full force. Like the calm before the storm, this moment of vulnerability is setting the stage for an overwhelming release of energy, clarity, and focus. Think about a battery charging in the background. Just because it's low right now doesn't mean it won't soon be fully charged, ready to power everything you need. God uses these moments of weakness to remind you that true strength comes not from your own effort, but from His mighty hand lifting you up. Your tiredness is temporary. The power is eternal. So embrace the fatigue with faith, knowing it's a sign that the divine activation is imminent. Your spirit is being filled, your purpose reignited, and your focus sharpened. Get ready, because the power surge is coming, and it will change everything. Doubt is the thief of miracles, and tonight you are called to release it completely. The moment you choose faith over fear, you open the floodgates for God's blessings to pour into your life. Your miracle is waiting, just beyond the barrier of hesitation and disbelief. Tonight, drop every question that clouds your mind and every worry that weighs on your heart. Imagine what could happen if you believed with unwavering certainty that God's plan for you is already in motion. When you surrender doubts, you align your spirit with divine power, and that power flows freely, breaking through every obstacle. The miracle you've been longing for isn't just possible, it's guaranteed by the one who holds your future. So before you close your eyes tonight, declare boldly that you will trust God's setup without question. Say goodbye to doubt and hello to faith. Your miracle is closer than you think, just waiting for your heart to fully receive it. Tonight, your spirit is on sacred ground, walking through a divine activation process. To honor this holy moment, guard your night fiercely. Protect yourself from distractions, whether it's negative thoughts, interruptions, or the noise of the world that can erode the miracle God is preparing. This night belongs to your breakthrough, and nothing should steal that from you. Think of your night as a sanctuary, a space set apart for God to move powerfully. Close the door on doubts, worries, and fears. Turn off all external noise and tune in deeply to the still, small voice of God. When you create this sacred environment, you give yourself the best chance to fully experience the 7-step setup God has perfectly designed. Remember, miracles require focus and faith. When you protect your night, you protect the miracle. Stay vigilant, stay prayerful, and above all, stay expectant. The divine activation happening within you is too precious to be disturbed. Tonight is not just another night. It's your breakthrough night. It's the moment you step out of the shadows of limitation and into the radiant light of your God-ordained destiny. Every tear you've shed, every prayer you've whispered, every longing in your heart is coming together now in a powerful divine encounter that will change everything. This night is your invitation to rise, to claim the blessings that God has reserved for you, and to walk boldly into the future He's crafted with your name on it. Feel the weight of the past lift from your shoulders as new hope floods your soul. Your spiritual state, your health, your finances, and your purpose are all being realigned for unprecedented growth. Stand firm in faith, hold on to hope, and prepare for an awakening that will ripple through every part of your life. Tonight, the miracle you've been waiting for begins. This is your divine appointment, your moment to shine and to become everything God created you to be. The clock of heaven has started ticking, and the divine countdown has officially begun. You may not see it with your eyes, but in the unseen realm, the angels are already moving, aligning events, people, and opportunities to bring your breakthrough to life. Every second that passes tonight is a step closer to your spiritual shift, the one God promised long before you ever faced your struggles. You are not waiting for a random miracle. You are part of a divine timeline that is right on schedule. When God begins His countdown, there's a certain electricity in the atmosphere, a divine tension before release. You might feel restless, emotional, or even uncertain right now, but that's the energy of transformation building inside you. Like the final seconds before dawn breaks the night, this countdown marks the end of your old season and the birth of your new one. Something sacred is approaching, and your only task is to stay ready. Close your eyes for a moment and feel the shift. The heaviness you feel isn't resistance. It's the atmosphere adjusting to your upgrade. Heaven is making room for what's about to be delivered into your life. Every delay, every disappointment, every silent prayer has led you to this exact moment. You're standing on the edge of divine fulfillment. So tonight, breathe deeply and prepare your heart. The shift is not coming from outside of you, it's awakening within you. You are the vessel, and God is the fire. When the countdown reaches 0, Expect to rise into a version of yourself you've never seen before. If you're feeling the weight pressing on your shoulders tonight, don't run from it. Recognize it. That heaviness isn't punishment, it's purification. God is clearing the clutter from your path and the burdens from your heart so that His glory can rest upon you without resistance. You cannot rise while holding on to what was never meant to ascend with you. Sometimes divine preparation feels like pressure. Just as gold must endure the fire before it shines, you too are being refined through heat. Every ounce of exhaustion, every sigh of weariness is God removing the excess, the doubts, the pain, the unnecessary attachments, until only your purest, strongest self remains. The weight is a signal that breakthrough is close. Don't mistake divine heaviness for defeat. When you feel spiritually pressed, it means heaven's hands are molding you for something greater. It's uncomfortable, yes, but it's holy discomfort. You're being stretched so that more light, more power, and more blessing can fit inside your spirit. So tonight, instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What is God making room for?" Because after the weight lifts, glory follows. Your spirit will feel lighter, your heart freer, and your path clearer than ever before. The weight is temporary. Transformation always begins with shedding. Before the new you can emerge, the old layers, fear, guilt, and false identity must fall away. Tonight, God is calling you to let go of the masks you've worn to survive. You've carried expectations that were never yours, beliefs that limited you, and pain that wasn't meant to define you. Now, it's time to release them all. Like a butterfly breaking free from its cocoon, the shedding may feel painful, but it's a birth, not a loss. The walls you built to protect yourself have also kept out your blessings. God is gently removing those walls, revealing the authentic, powerful, radiant you that He created long ago. The more you release, the more room you create for divine energy to flow. This first step of shedding is the foundation for every other breakthrough. Without it, you cannot soar. Don't hold back tears, emotions, or memories tonight. They're part of your cleansing. Each one that surfaces is something being healed, forgiven, and released forever. When dawn comes, you'll feel different, lighter, clearer, freer. The true version of you, the one God always saw, will begin to rise. The shedding isn't the end, it's the unveiling. You are standing in the middle of a divine activation zone. The energy around you is changing so that you may even feel it in your body, your thoughts, or your emotions. That's because your spiritual power is being switched on, tuned to a higher frequency that will allow you to soar beyond what used to limit you. God is activating your gifts, your vision, and your courage. This activation may not be loud or dramatic at first. Sometimes it begins as a quiet stirring deep inside, but once it starts, it cannot be stopped. The moment your heart aligns with heaven's will, spiritual fire begins to flow. You'll notice yourself thinking differently, reacting differently, and seeing life through divine eyes. The things that once intimidated you will now inspire you. Imagine a rocket preparing for launch. It shakes, it trembles, It resists gravity, but when the countdown ends, it breaks free from the atmosphere. That's you tonight. The shaking you feel is not instability, it's ignition. You are about to soar into new spiritual heights. So hold nothing back. Open yourself fully to God's energy. Allow the activation to fill your spirit and lift you into divine flight. You were never meant to crawl. You were meant to soar. If only you could see what God has been arranging behind the scenes, your doubts would vanish instantly. Tonight's setup is far bigger than you think. It's not just about one blessing or one answered prayer. It's about the complete elevation of your life. Everything, your mindset, your energy, your opportunities, is about to rise. You'll soon realize that what felt like delays were divine calibrations. Every no that disappointed you was protecting you from a lesser version of your destiny. Tonight, as heaven's plan unfolds, you'll see the pieces click perfectly into place, and it will all make sense. You may experience sudden insights, divine connections, or powerful waves of peace that confirm God has been in control all along. He is about to exceed every expectation you've ever had. Tonight, the fog that has clouded your mind and heart begins to lift. The confusion that has held you captive, making decisions feel impossible and dreams unclear, is giving way to divine clarity. God is resetting your vision, sharpening your spiritual sight, so you can finally see the path He has laid out for you. This is not a vague sense of direction, but a vivid, unmistakable revelation. You may have felt lost or overwhelmed by all the noise in your life, but tonight, a new lens is being placed over your eyes. Suddenly, what once felt like chaos will organize into a beautiful, purposeful plan. Your heart's desires, your talents, and your destiny will line up perfectly, revealing a future brighter than you dared to hope for. This clarity will give you confidence and peace, even amid uncertainty. You'll no longer be swayed by doubt or fear, because God's reset has equipped you with spiritual GPS, a divine compass that will guide every step. When you wake, your vision will be crystal clear, and your spirit will burn with fresh passion. Remember, clarity is the gift that turns intention into action. With your vision reset tonight, you are ready to move forward boldly and with unwavering faith. God is upgrading your spiritual software tonight. Imagine your soul as a powerful device that's been running on outdated programming, slow, glitchy, and limited. But now, the divine technician is here, installing a new operating system designed to unlock untapped power, wisdom, and grace within you. This upgrade will fine-tune how you perceive the world, handle challenges, and connect with God's presence. Your prayers will become more effective, your faith stronger, and your intuition sharper. You'll begin to resonate on a frequency that attracts blessings, opportunities, and divine encounters like never before. With this new operating system, your spirit will no longer be weighed down by fear, doubt, or old wounds. Instead, it will run on hope, love, and relentless courage. God's divine code is designed to elevate you into your destiny faster and with greater ease. So tonight, welcome this transformation. embrace the download of divine wisdom and power that's happening within you. This upgrade will change how you live, love, and lead forever. God's timing is perfect, and tonight marks the beginning of sudden breakthroughs that will surprise you. The doors that have seemed sealed shut for so long will swing open without warning. Secrets kept in the shadows, whether about your purpose, your relationships, or your path, will be unveiled in ways you never expected. Sometimes breakthroughs come quietly, as a whisper in your spirit, and sometimes they come like a flood, rushing in and overwhelming you with joy and relief. Either way, the hidden truths and divine plans God has been preparing for you will begin to surface. You'll finally understand what has been unfolding behind the scenes. These revelations will change the way you see yourself and the world around you. Old limitations will crumble, and new opportunities will appear as if by miracle. Be ready to receive and act, because God's breakthrough energy will demand your full attention and courage. Tonight, expect the unexpected. Trust that what's hidden is about to be revealed, and with it, your life will enter a new season of victory. You may notice a subtle shift in your energy tonight, a rising tide within your spirit that's impossible to ignore. This isn't ordinary fatigue or excitement. It's the surge of divine momentum pushing you forward. Once this energy ignites, it will fuel unstoppable progress in every area of your life. Think of it like a river breaking through a dam. For years, your potential has been building up behind barriers of fear, doubt, and delay. Now, those barriers are crumbling, and the floodgate of God's power is opening wide. This momentum will carry you forward through challenges, transforming obstacles into opportunities. With this shift, your passion will deepen, your focus sharpen, and your faith become unshakable. Every step you take will be guided by divine purpose, and your progress will feel effortless because God is carrying you. This is the energy of breakthroughs and new beginnings. Prepare your heart and mind to ride this wave. Once the momentum starts, there's no turning back, only rising higher and moving faster toward your God-ordained destiny. Favor is not just a blessing, it's a divine force that opens doors, changes hearts, and moves mountains on your behalf. Tonight, God is preparing to flood your life with His favor in ways that will astonish you.